Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, look at you out there. You're looking for music. You were born in 2005 and you're only 19 years old. And you're curious about what your dad and your grandpa and Clark the Shark all listened to. Well, let me tell you, when I'm talking about me, yours truly, your humble servant here at the Golden EIB Sharkerphone, it's not a microphone, you guys. No way do I speak into a mere microphone. It's a sharkerphone, and it's gold plated, you guys. And it was actually presented to me about a week ago down here in San Diego by Don Douchebag from the Eagles. He came here in a limousine. He pulled up in front of my house. He came up to my door. And I was like, dude, how do you even know where I fucking live? Nobody knows where I live. You can't even capture a picture of Clark the Shark on film. And he's like, I don't care. Here's your fucking trophy. I'm like, dude, Don, what's your vibe, bro? Why are you tripping? He's like, yeah, Clark Shark, you're a fucking asshole. People hate you. They say you're weird. You live in your own little world. And we're all fucking sick of you. Here's your stupid fucking trophy for being number one worldwide. And I'm like, all right, dude, chill, bro. Dude, it was a bad, ugly exchange between me and Don Henley. I was just chilling, having a cup of coffee, eating some chicken, and my wife made buffalo wings the night before, and I woke up and ate them with coleslaw. And Don Henley shows up at my house with all this fucking negativity. And I'm just like, dude, whatever. All right, get the fuck off my property, bro. And he drove away in his limo, and it was a really ugly scene. I had to call the police and everything. And then I went into the bathroom. I drank too much Folgers, and I had to use the toilet. And I saw the ghost of Glenn Frey in my bathroom, you guys. I'm not kidding. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Glenn Frey appeared to me, and he's all, hey, Clark the Shark, man, don't listen to Don. Guy's a fucking dick. He always does shit like this. And I was like, yeah, Glenn, what's the deal with that fucking guy? And he's all, dude, he makes trouble for everybody. He's a fucking asshole. And I'm all, I know, bro. I was just having a good day, and Don Henley shows up at my house in a limousine. He gets out, and he's giving me all this fucking grief. It was a big vibe, and he's telling me, he's like, I don't care, Clark the Shark, if you're number one worldwide on WABC Radio, New York, the number one syndicated talk show host worldwide, not just in America, on every planet in the solar system. Venus, Mars, Mercury. I said Venus, not that other word. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune. And certainly on Uranus. I don't know what Don Henley's vibe was, dude, but it was a really bad scene. And the ghost of Glenn Frey and me were talking, and Glenn was trying to chill me out. I was all, dude, my heart rate went up. My blood pressure went sky high because of Don Henley coming to my fucking house, and just vibing me out badly. And I had to chill down. And then after a while, me and Glenn Frey started arguing over shit. And I was like, dude, you're just like Don. You're no better. And he's all, well, Clark the Shark, I'm sick of your fucking attitude. And I'm like, get the fuck out of my house, Glenn Frey. You're just like Don Henley. I mean, dude, it was an ugly scene. I finally had to call a priest. I brought a Catholic priest to the house. He did he was burning sage. He was walking around saying prayers, the Our Father, with an open Bible. And I still couldn't get Glenn Frey to fucking leave. I'm not kidding. I swear to God, this is all true. And the priest was like, I'm sorry, Clark the Shark. This Glenn Frey spirit, I can't get him out of your house. I tried. I burnt sage. I said prayers. I walked around your whole house. My whole house fucking smells like sage now, you guys. And all Glenn Frey did is he went up to the attic or, into the corner, and I couldn't get rid of him. And he's still here. But anyway, I found a way to neutralize him. I actually played Glenn Frey some Eagles. And that made him get quiet. Finally, he chilled out, and he's not bothering me anymore. He's pissed off because he's all right. You're right, Clark the Shark. The Eagles suck. My music is fucking garbage. And I'm all, yeah, there you go, Glenn Frey and Don Henley, wherever you are. I'm going to fucking force you retards to fucking listen to your own shitty music. The Eagles. 1-800-449-8255, right here on the Clark the Shark Show, where I am about to review the very best of the Eagles. A band I never bought one of their albums. I don't own any vinyls by this fucking band. None in my record collection. And if you're not in Clark the Shark's record collection in the South Bay, Redondo, Torrance, now stolen from me by people all over the South Bay. If you're not in Clark the Shark's vinyl collection of like 500 albums, it means you don't exist and you fucking suck, because I, Clark the Shark, have not acknowledged you. In the Shark Tricks right here, the Matrix, the thing that I run, you know, the simulation. Well, it's not a simulation, it's a sharkulation. All of you are in it. You're just mere figments of my imagination. I dreamed you up. I wrote all your pathetic little lives. And just like Willy Wonka, after you go through Sharky and the Chocolate Factory, the experience, you'll all go back to your miserable little selves, just like Don Henley and Glenn Frey and all these douchebags in the Eagles. This fucking band that I can't stand, you guys. I fucking hate this band, but I actually love all their songs. Now, in some weird way, you guys, the Eagles remind me of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Neil Young. These guys are the same kinds of douchebags as David Crosby and all that, Stephen Stills. I get the same vibe, you guys, and, you know, I know a lot of you think I'm funny out there. You think, oh, Shark's so irreverent. He's so cute and clever. He's got the fast wit, the incredible quick delivery. He's like a rapper, you know, like Eminem. I'm not a rapper, you guys. I'm not hip-hop. I hate that fucking shit. I hate rap music, and I hate Eminem. All of that shit, I can't stand it. And anyway, I'm better and funnier. And actually, you guys, I'm not the world's funniest thing or the world's best thing. There are some things. Actually, dude, there's really only one thing that's funnier than me, Clark the Shark. And I would say, I think that's Dr. Demento. You remember that on like KMET or KLOS back in the 80s or 70s or whatever? Dr. Demento, you guys, is fucking funny. He had like Weird Al Yankovic on there and all that shit. That's really the only thing better and funnier and wittier and more ironic than me, Clark the Shark. And I will admit it, I'm funnier than everything else in the world, in the universe. Both galaxies, you guys, Andromeda and the Milky Way. There's actually no other galaxies. There's no other universe, because I wrote that too. There's only Andromeda and the Milky Way, and I'm number one in both. Funniest, wittiest, most clever, smoothest delivery, except for Dr. Demento. He's fucking, I'll fucking admit it right now. He's better than Clark the Shark. And I actually stole much of my material from Dr. Demento. I'm not kidding, you guys. I'm being completely serious here. But the Eagles, I'm really frazzled right now, you guys. It feels like I just drove Uber all day, or Uber Eats. You know that feeling when you get home after driving Uber Eats? You're like mentally, physically, and psychologically exhausted to the point where you just want to lay down. I mean, you could be a fucking guy with insomnia where you haven't slept in a week. You do Uber Eats for like 4 or 5 hours, dude. You will come home and crash and literally fucking die. You will go to sleep and not even have dreams. You'll be so fucking tired. Mentally, like psychologically, physically, emotionally tired from doing Uber Eats. Little side note here, you guys. I actually got deactivated by Uber Eats recently. Me, Clark the Shark. And I was using it to pay all my bills and shit. And now I'm completely fucked. And I might have to go back to the private sector. And you guys, I'm going to blame right now, I'm going to tell you, I blame Don Henley. because his fucking, just his being, dude, his spirit, fuck it, dude. I blame Glenn Frey. Also, these two fucking guys got me deactivated by Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and Uber Eats and fucking everything, you guys. I know people think I'm an asshole and a fucking dick and a douchebag, but I learned it from Don Henley and Glenn Frey and people like that. You know, it's true, you guys. I didn't learn it from Dr. Demento right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB sharkerphone. It's not a microphone. It's a sharkerphone because Hush Bimbo, he's dead now, you guys, used to smoke fat cigars. He would still be alive if he didn't fucking do that. But much like Don Henley and Glenn Frey, he is spiritually, emotionally bankrupt and dead. And he's gone, you guys. I don't know if Don Henley's gone, but he should be. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, the very best of the Eagles. And I'm going to review it song by song, you guys. You know, take it easy. Awesome, you guys. Take it easy. Take it, Sharky. It's actually written by Jackson Browne and Glenn Frey, you guys. You talk about a fucking amazing song. It is Take It Easy, and it should be on the best of the Eagles. Witchy Woman, written by Don Douchebag and a guy named Bernie Leadon. Well, you guys know Witchy Woman is fucking amazing and awesome. Killer, dude. You know, these songs are so good, they're boring. They're like Tom Petty or Stevie Nicks, or you just get fucking sick of it. Peaceful, easy feeling, amazing. I love it, though, you guys. Hey, a little side note here. I knew a guy named Dave back in the South Bay. I'm not going to say his last name, but of course, you in the South Bay know him as an amazing bassist. And his name has the word bass in it. It's really ironic and weird. I actually wrote that, though. I wrote his whole life. And I wanted him to have that name. And I actually had a dream about Dave the other night where he was with a girl named Cindy. Now, me, Dave, and Cindy lived in an apartment in Torrance. And Cindy lived up above me. And Dave, I'm not going to say he lived in my apartment unit exactly. He lived in the apartment. Maybe he did or didn't. I want to keep Dave out of this because I actually lived in this apartment just to get my filthy hands on Cindy, the girl above me. And I never, you know, dude, I was young and I just had a peaceful, easy feeling. You know, I thought I'd live forever and I'd have many chances at Cindy. She actually liked me back in like 82, 83, but then over the years, you know, her love, I guess, faded. I couldn't quite get it all, you know, all the ducks in a row, all the cylinders hitting. And I don't think I ever got my hands on Cindy, but I did have a peaceful, easy feeling in Torrance, listening to the amazing Eagles, you guys. Jack Temchin wrote it, not Don Douchebag or Glenn Frey. Doolin Dalton. Brown Fry. You know, dude. Good stuff. Desperado, of course. Amazing. Fucking what a great song. Desperado. Glenn Frey and Don Douchebag. Desperado. It doesn't get any better than that. Tequila Sunrise. Frey and Douchebag. Incredible, dude. Tequila Sunrise. And of course, the best of my love, Frey, Douchebag, and Souther. Best of My Love might be my favorite song by the Eagles, you guys. I love that song. James Dean, that's where they get kind of lame. I'm not wild about James Dean. It's all right. You know, I'll listen to it if I hear it on the radio. I can't tell you why Frey, Douchebag, and Timothy B. Schmidt. And I think I can't tell you why. I don't think is sang. I could be right or wrong. Some of these songs aren't sung or sang by Don Douchebag. It's someone else in the band, and it's kind of confusing. It sounds almost like him. I'm not really sure. I don't know the Eagles that well, but I know all these songs are incredible. Lion Eyes. I fucking love that song, you guys. Take It to the Limit. Frey, Douchebag, and Randy Meisner. Glenn Frey, he has a hand in all the fucking great shit, and so does Don Douchebag. But Randy Meisner, Timothy B. Schmidt, these guys, They're important guys in this project. You guys. Joe Walsh sort of comes along, and I don't know what he's doing in this. Like the James Gang is nothing like the Eagles. It's a heavy 3-piece band, and Joe Walsh solo, I guess. Some people might think it kind of sounds like an Eagles vibe or something. I don't. I think Joe Walsh didn't belong in this band, but I guess he goes right with it somehow. One of these nights, awesome. Now, Hotel California, there's controversy here, because Don Felder made a ton of money off one song, you guys. They say that Don Douchebag listened to a demo by Don Felder, and Douchebag said, where do I sing? Like, what is this? And even Don Douchebag said, this sounds exactly like Angie by the Stones. And of course, Don Felder got all mad, and there's a little conflict between him, Don Douchebag, and Glenn Frey that exists to this very day. Glenn Frey threatened to beat his ass, and, Don Felder could probably handle himself in a fight, who knows? Maybe lucky for Glenn Frey, he ran away. It's like that. But it was always like Glenn Frey and Don Douchebag were the leaders, and they were telling all these other guys, to fuck off and sit down and do as you're told. And, guys like Don Felder and Randy Meisner and Timothy B. Schmidt and all the other guys in the band, or even Joe Walsh are like, you two guys need to chill, So many great songs from this band, they got to get it all together. And it would be hard for a guy like me, Clark the Shark, to be in this band, because I would not take shit from Glenn Frey and Don Douchebag. I wouldn't, you guys. New Kid in Town, awesome. Fuck, I love that song, New Kid in Town. And Life in the Fast Lane, written by, a lot of this is written by Joe Walsh, I can tell. Although Don Douchebag claims Joe Walsh didn't write a lot of it, just the intro. I don't think so. I can tell that Life in the Fast Lane is really a Joe Walsh song, you guys. At least that's the opinion of me, your humble servant, Clark the Shark. Heartache Tonight is killer, you guys. Love it. And The Long Run, awesome. These songs are all incredible. It's an incredible band, you guys. And I want to hate this band, the Eagles. They got even more great songs than these, you guys, on the album. They got other great shit. Tons of it. They write incredible songs. A bunch of geniuses. Glenn Frey, Bernie Leadon, Randy Meisner, Don Felder, Joe Walsh, Timothy B. Schmidt, and of course Don Douchebag, the drummer, percussionist, even plays a little guitar. We know he sings. Now I'm sure Don Douchebag thinks he's the most important guy in the band, but I think it's Glenn Frey. But it could be these other guys, they're all important too. Everyone here plays a role in this amazing, incredible band, who I love, but I fucking want to hate this band because the vibe of Don Henley the other day when he came to my house was a real turnoff, you guys. And I was trying to tell Don Douchebag how much I love him and the Eagles, and he wouldn't have it. He's like, no, you don't like us. You're just lying. And I'm like, I swear to God, I might be into punk rock. I might be into Black Flag and Greg Ginn and the Germs and and all that shit, you guys. But I am a closet, secret Eagles fan. Not really, you guys. I listen to the Eagles a lot. You know me, I'm kind of weird, Clark the Shark. I'm into like the Grateful Dead and shit like that. But, yeah, dude, when I hear the Eagles on the radio, I fucking love them. I don't like the vibe of Don Henley one bit. I don't like the vibe of Glenn Frey. God rest his soul, rest in peace. I'm sure he's in heaven, you guys. If there is a God, I know there's a God, and I know there's a heaven, and I know Glenn Frey is in heaven, you guys. I'm going to shed a little tear for Glenn Frey. A good guy. I know he's a dick and he's a fucking asshole, just like Don Douchebag, but I love him, dude. And even Don Henley, you guys, the douchebag. I could sit down and be like, dude, just chill out. Let's have a conversation, you and me, and talk and be nice. He won't do it. He'll be like, no, I got to have it my way. I'm a genius, Clark the Shark. You don't know what genius is. You haven't been through the shit I've been through. I had to play with Don Felder. And I'd be like, you don't know what I've been through, Don, douchebag, or Glenn Frey. And they're like, no, our life is harder than yours will ever be, Clark the Shark. You are nothing. You're all worthless and weak. And drop and give me 200 because you don't know. And I'd be like, whatever, you guys, the Eagles. I want to love them, but I hate them. I want to hate them, but I love them. It's like that. It's a love-hate relationship between me, yours truly, Clark the Shark, right here from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. It's a fabulous, solid gold Sharkerphone, christened and given to me by Harvey Levin at TMZ. And Don Henley. Harvey Levin was actually the limo driver for Don Henley. I'm going to admit something right now. When they came to my house last week, you guys, and Harvey Levin came up to me after the limo drove away. He came back to my house and he's all, I want to apologize for Don Henley, Clark the Shark, and the ghost of Glenn Frey. I'm sorry that you can't get him out of your house. And I'm like, dude, how do I fucking get Glenn Frey out of here? I had a Catholic priest in the house. And Harvey Levin's like, he's in my house too, Clark the Shark. I can't get him out. I'm like, dude, that's sad. You know, forever, these guys will be imploring to the universe that they were the greatest. Even though they fill arenas and stadiums, it doesn't matter. They're insecure. They're walking on eggshells around each other. They're always tipping over shit in the same room, like bulls in china shops. And all 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 of them, you guys, they're all having problems in one room forever, for eternity in the universe, the Eagles. But they have great songs, take it or leave it, like it or not, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, right here on the Clark the Shark show. To my friend Dave, the bass player in the South Bay, I say, you, my friend, bro, rock on in eternity forever. Because you're an Eagles fan, just like me, Clark the Shark, yours truly. I love the Eagles, you guys. Great band, great songs, incredible singing. They're kind of boring, you know, they're kind of blasé, run-of-the-mill. I get sick of them. And yet there's something about their music that when you hear it, you just want to fucking tap your foot or tap your finger on the table and listen to it, you guys. Do I want you to go out and buy the Eagles? No. Don't buy their music because I don't want Don Henley, that filthy little rat, getting any more money. In fact, if you see an Eagles CD, I want you to break it and smash it with a hammer and don't play it. And then think of Don Henley when you do that, too. And you tell him you heard it from Clark the Shark. I want all the Eagles music burned and destroyed with a blowtorch. On planet Earth. Don't buy it at Spotify, Amazon, iTunes for $1.99 or 99 cents. I'll go ahead and buy it. I don't fucking care. Right here on the Clark the Shark show, 1-800-449-8255. The most amazing show in radio today in America. It's taking over not just America, but the entire planet Earth with its energy and feel and humor. Actually funnier than Dr. Demento. I'm not better than Dr. Demento, you guys, because he's got timing and delivery and skills that I don't understand. Me, Clark the Shark, I'm better than Dr. Dre, Eminem, Hannity, Hush Bimbo, the great one, Mark Levin, and that other great one, Wayne Gretzky. But everyone knows who the real great one is. It's me, Clark the Shark. Because when I'm talking about the Eagles, the very best of the Eagles album, you know it means a lot. You got to come to me and listen if you want the truth. You won't get it from other douchebags on YouTube because I'm going to give you the only review that you will ever need and you will ever want. And remember my guarantee to all of you. If you aren't 114% satisfied by the Clark the Shark show, I will give you 82% of your shark back. No questions asked, you guys. That's my guarantee to you right here on fabulous WABC radio in New York. And I'm out of here, people. Go ahead and buy the Eagles. Do it. Even if you want to take a bath in brown radioactive soap afterwards, go do it. and you tell him you heard it, baby, here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I'm out of here. Peace, my brothers.